What's up guys, Chad here with Greenlight Shooting and welcome to this new review. Today we're talking about the Condition 1 hard cases. So this is kind of going to be an unofficial comparison against the Pelican 1510 case, primarily because they sort of serve the same purpose. This is, they both have wheels, they both have retractable handles, they both have a handle on each side of the case. They are extremely durable. They're meant to fit the largest size possible for a carry-on on an airplane. Dimensions wise, they're almost identical. Let's talk about the Condition 1 and kind of its perks, and then we'll compare the two. Condition 1 makes very good, hardcore, durable cases. They're airproof, airtight, watertight, dust-proof, crush-proof, shock-resistant, you know, all the stuff. So anyways, as I mentioned, they do have these nice handles on the side. These ones are cushioned pretty well. Externally, they have these nice all-terrain off-road wheels. They have a cushioned handle on the side as well as the top, as well as a retractable handle for rolling this case. Now inside is where it gets a little bit interesting. So if we open this thing up, first of all, when closing these, you'll notice opening them, I don't need to do anything, but to close them, I need to push these little buttons in. That is a Condition 1 specific thing. I'm sure it serves some purpose. It's slightly annoying at first, but once you get used to it, it's no big deal. And if it adds an extra layer of security, that's great. So this thing flips open. You've got eggshell foam on top, and then you've got 3 layers of pluckable foam. I have turned this one into a range case. Now, I think it works really great for a range case. One of my favorite things about this foam is that the thickness is perfect for a handgun. Which kind of brings me, I guess let's just start into comparing these two. Internally, this one has 2 layers of foam versus this one having 3 layers. Now these layers are obviously thinner to fit 3 of them in there. There's also a base layer of foam on the very bottom, so you can use all 3 layers of foam. Both of these utilize the open cell pluckable foam, so you can kind of customize it exactly to your liking. I will say that I found Pelican's, the plucking foam to be a little more pluckable, I guess. They were little smaller squares, easier to maneuver, easier to make custom shapes, versus these ones are a little bit bigger squares and they're stiffer, right? So I think that might mean that things are going to be kept a little bit tighter, but it's harder to make custom shapes. Now let's talk about the 3 layers of foam here. Initially, I was excited about those 3 layers of foam, but then I kind of got realizing if I want foam underneath, I'm deathly afraid of wasps. Look at that thing. There has to be like a nest over here. Can you pull focus to me back here? I'm just gonna do it from here. The 3 layers of foam in the Condition 1 I was originally excited about because I thought it meant I could put more stuff. But that being said, I realized that I needed foam underneath and on top of things. So, you know, I didn't want to put like gun on top of gun because I feel like they'd scratch or whatever. So because of that, I feel like that middle layer almost needs to be left alone. That being said, I might like put boxes of ammo or something in that middle layer so that it's at least like a flat cardboard piece against the gun rather than 2 guns scratching up against each other. But if you're really worried about it scratching anything, I would just leave that middle layer completely alone. That also does bring up another point where you can order replacement foam. It's like anywhere from like $15 to $50-ish on their website, but you can get like separate foam and then, you know, cut them out to different setup. So, you know, you want your guns here, but say you're going flying in an airplane or whatever, you obviously aren't carrying guns on. Maybe you're carrying, I don't know, camera equipment or something. So take these pieces of foam out, order some replacements, cut them out how you want, replace those in there, and you know, you can have different setups for different occasions in the same case. You can see the internals of this one are pretty much the same thing. We've got some eggshell foam. One thing I will say is the eggshell foam on this top is glued in there. That's not removable. With Pelican, it is removable. So I have these little pouches on top, which I really like. You know, I can put all my little like nuts and bolts and like wrenches or whatever in there for my camera gear. I would like that ability with this case. By the way, I should mention, obviously we have these seals right here. As I mentioned, airtight, watertight, all that good stuff. It does have the pressure valve that most of these cases have. The big thing that I want to point out with this is these wheels. First of all, look at the Pelican wheels. So these wheels they're fine, you know, but they're really small, they're really kind of wimpy. If you're rolling them through an airport, if you're rolling them down the sidewalk or something, they're totally fine. But out here, over rocks, over mud, over dirt, it's not great. That's where condition 1 I think really excels, is these wheels. These are my favorite part of this case. I can wheel these things anywhere, over anything, through anything, and I don't have to worry about them getting gummed up or just, you know, crooked or anything like that. So huge ups on the all-terrain wheels. As far as the handles go, they both have a cushion on the bottom here, but I will say that these handles are much more comfortable. They've got rubber all the way around. And it's just a little bit more sturdy. You can feel that they're a little bit thicker. Same thing with the handle on top. Handle on top. Now, another big difference here is this retractable handle. Pull this out and up. The big difference you'll notice is this one is circular with a little bit of like rubber feeling like cushion. This one has nothing like that. This one is significantly easier to roll around because of this handle. It's not like it's a huge deal, but I spend a lot of time rolling these cases around, especially these Pelicans with all my camera gear, and I will tell you that I notice a big difference in this one. This whole thing is just sturdier and like thicker, and yeah, it feels more reliable. Not that these handles really need to be reliable, but it's easier to roll around, which is kind of the end goal. You can see how much I was able to fit in one of these cases. So on the top layer here, I've got 2 guns, 2 magazines, ear protection, and eye protection. The one thing I will say about the 3 layers of foam that's sort of a pain is I can't just lift this tray out and get to the next layer of foam. I literally have to pull everything out because it's loose foam. So I have to pull everything out of their spots, and then I can lift this foam out. And also this broke because the squares are so difficult to pull out. And then I can pull out this empty sheet, and then I can get to my bottom guns right here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more guns on the bottom. If I was able to put, you know, maybe 10 boxes of ammo or something in this middle pouch, I'd be set at a day at the range, no problem at all. To make this better, if I had any feedback, I would love the ability to just like have a super thin layer that coats the bottom of this, and have just like 2 small straps or something on the side that I could just lift this foam out and set it to the side. I think that would be a million times easier than having to take everything out of the foam in order to lift each layer. But overall, as I mentioned, you're able to carry everything you need for a day at the range. You can roll through any sort of outdoor range terrain, rocks, mud, whatever, and yeah, so overall, I think this is an awesome case. I'm really, really stoked on it. I just think that a couple custom touches could make this thing absolutely out of this world. So all in all, value-wise, Pelican runs, I want to say like 160-ish for the foam 1510 case. Condition 1 for that specific case runs about 220, I want to say. So definitely a little more expensive on the Condition 1. Durability-wise, I would feel fine, you know, just chucking those things off of roofs, standing on them, literally running them over with cars. Like, they're that durable. But the price difference, I will say, I have a 10% coupon for you for the Condition 1 case. If you're interested in one of those, check that out in the video description below. But yeah, I mean, they're both good cases. The Condition 1, honestly, for a range case, look at those things. For a range case, it's absolutely my choice, primarily because of the wheels, also because of the handles, and the 3 layers of foam, which I really do like. I hope you enjoyed this video. Quick update, guys. After using both of these cases all day here at the range, I'm talking really fast because those bees are everywhere. I've got a couple rocks in this that won't even let me use this handle anymore. Like, they get stuck in there and they get all, yeah, it's a pain. This one, the wheels and it being entirely closed is actually really great for rolling across rocks. Now, next thing I want to talk about though is internally, okay, this foam has kept this shape regardless of whether I have stuff in it or not. And I've had this case for a long time. I've never had any issues with that foam. This one, on the other hand, this foam is getting all screwed up. And if I like don't have stuff in there, like I had this gun out and stuff a while ago, everything's pushed this way and this foam just is falling apart on me. So I think the foam itself may be a decent amount cheaper than this Pelican foam. Something to keep in mind, you might, I don't know, maybe you can get some Pelican foam to stick in here, but the foam that comes in this, I'm really unhappy with, to be honest. The case itself, fantastic. The build of the case itself, I love. The foam, not great. Yeah, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. I'm terrified. We're leaving this place. Bye.